May 17, 2015, from the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, is WWE's Payback, and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship was on the line in a fatal four-way match as Seth Rollins, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, would defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. And this match was awesome. It was crazy. Started out with the four men in the ring. They're just going at it. Everybody all over the place. But eventually, let's fast forward to they teased the Shield reuniting as all three former members of the Shield power bombed Randy Orton through the announcer's table. That was crazy, and it looked like the Shield was reuniting. Seth Rollins seemed to think so as he put his fist forward as the Shield used to do, and he looked to his former Shield brethren, but they weren't having any part of it. As they then grabbed Seth Rollins, they slammed him onto the other announcer's table, a Spanish announce table, and then Roman Reigns picked up Kane and he powerbombed Kane onto Seth Rollins, but the table didn't break. And so then the fans were like, one more time. And so then he did it one more time. And he powerbombed Kane onto Seth Rollins. This time the table collapsed. It was crazy. So now you had Randy Orton and Seth Rollins both wiped out. So then Dean Ambrose and Roman were looking at each other and like, what do we do now? And then Roman's like, hey, let's go get some beers. And Ambrose is like, let's go in the ring. So they went in the ring and then they started going at it. You could see that Roman was holding back. He didn't want to fight his friend. He was smiling. He's like, oh, I don't want to hit you with this. I don't want to hit you with that. You know, he ended up getting him with that Superman punch. Dean kicked out. They were giving it back and forth, both kicking out. And then eventually we would see Randy Orton and Seth Rollins get back involved in it. Kane got back in it. J&J, everybody got back in it. It was crazy. It was all kinds of craziness going on. And ended up with eventually Randy Orton and Seth Rollins were in the ring. And Randy Orton, he was like just getting RKOs everywhere. He nailed friggin' Noble with an RKO. Then he got Seth Rollins with the DDT off of the ropes, like he does when he hangs him off the ropes. And boom, that DDT. And he was setting him up, and it looked like he had him right where he wanted him. But then out of nowhere, Seth Rollins hits Randy Orton with the pedigree. He hits him with the pedigree, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins and retains his WWE World Heavyweight Championship with a pedigree? What just happened? And after the match, we saw Triple H of the Authority come out as he was there with his chosen one, his chosen future. He has passed his finisher on to Seth Rollins. At least that's what it appears, that now Seth Rollins is using Triple H's pedigree. So he takes Orton out. I guess Triple H told Rollins he got a weakness for the pedigree, and he hit him with that pedigree, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins. He retains his title. This was crazy. This match was so insane. It was pretty awesome, too. Like, when they teased the Shield getting back together, that was so epic. It was something that, I mean, ever since they announced this match, and, you know, especially with adding Ambrose into it as a fatal four-way, it was like, all three former members of the Shield. And last year, Payback, it was Shield vs. Evolution. Interesting. And you even had, like, different people talking about it. You know, Lance Storm, to name one, and other people on social media and everything, and on YouTube and everywhere, about like, is the Shield getting back together? So it's interesting that they threw that in there. It's pretty cool, and they powerbombed Randy Orton through the announce table. Plus, when they powerbombed Kane twice onto Seth Rollins on the Spanish announce table, that was insane. And then even with, Dean and Roman going at it, I thought Roman did a good job of, like, portraying what, the whole thing of him being friends with Dean, but I thought it sounds like, man, they should have just been going at it. Like, none of this friendly stuff. This is a fatal four-way for the championship. If he had maybe been more, gung-ho about it and actually tried to win the match, maybe he wins. But I mean, I was going for Dean anyway, but man, this was crazy. And then, like, it was weird too. I actually, at that point, when it came down to Orton and Rollins, I'm like, all right, Orton's gonna get the title back, sweet. And then Rollins pulls it out. Oh man, that was crazy. It was weird too. It was like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It just didn't seem like it. Just kind of like happened. I was like, what the heck? What? That's how it ends? Like, such a crazy match, so many epic spots, just craziness. Oh man. But I'm just still, like fresh off of watching it. I'm gonna have to watch that again. That was crazy. But this is my, initial reaction. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know though. Like, the end was kind of weird, but Seth Rollins, man, he somehow, some way pulls it out, and it was actually the first time. He pulled it out without really too much cheating, I guess. I mean, Kane was involved, J&J were involved, and they did ultimately, I guess you'd have to say, they helped them retain the title, not in such a direct manner, because he was able to get it with the pedigree, and no one was there around him at the end, to help him win, even though they had been helping him throughout the match. But a crazy match, and once again shows you cannot outsmart the Authority, as Triple H stays one step ahead of everybody in the WWE universe. Seth Rollins, the future, is still the WWE champion, and he actually threw out the first pitch at the Baltimore Orioles game earlier in the day. How about that? But let me know what you thought about this match. What'd you think about it? It was pretty crazy. There were some pretty awesome spots for sure. Did it live up to your expectations? Are you upset that Ambrose didn't win? Are you upset that Reigns didn't win? Are you upset that Orton didn't win? Are you happy that Rollins did retain his title? Or are you mad that Rollins retained his title? Either way, let me know what you thought about this match. What did you think about the finish? Leave a comment in the comment section below, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. Either way, I respect your opinion, and I am interested to read your thoughts and opinions and see what all of you out there thought about this match between these four competitors for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I know I'm looking forward to Raw to see what the fallout is and what is going to happen moving forward from here. We got the Elimination Chamber just a couple weeks away, and Seth Rollins is going to have to defend his title there. Who will it be against? From what I understand, it won't be in the Elimination Chamber, that he'll just be fighting a match outside of it, just in the ring, as we're going to have the Tag Team Championship and Elimination Chamber, and we're going to also have the Intercontinental Championship decided in the Elimination Chamber. And they did announce that earlier tonight already, about New Day being involved in an Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber for the tag team titles. But we'll get more details on that as they come in. But back to this match though, the Fatal 4-Way, Seth Rollins wins, crazy match, and he debuts the pedigree. Is that his new finisher? What do you think about that? Let me know. Definitely interested, as I said, to read your thoughts and opinions on everything regarding WWE and this pay-per-view and wrestling in general. Thank you very much for listening. It is appreciated.